One of the things that did, using radiuses that were more attuned to the landscape, was Gary refers much to a cinematic experience. Well, a cinematic experience also includes a changing set of views, but it also, that 45 miles an hour, if anybody's ever driven a full length of the parkway, there's sections you cannot go 45 miles an hour. And that's a combination of all of those engineering issues, the radiuses, the tangents, and the ability of a person to be able to pay attention to the road, look at the scenery, and also navigate the alignment.
I mean, and really that cinematic experience, it was all about the driving experience. I mean, this was a park that was geared to the automobile. The people driving the vehicles, the passengers in the cars, and how they could experience the roadway. And one of the really important things that the landscape architects paid attention to is the placement of trees and shrubs, the openness of roadside bays. And so you really did have this cinematic experience where the parkway would flatten and go away from the parkway, the vegetation edge was moved away from it, then it would come back in, and then it would come out again, and sometimes there would be these long panoramic views. I mean, so you were constantly going through this changing roadside vegetation scene, the openness, the enclosure, the light, the dark, and it changed seasonally as well with the colors of the trees and shrubs.
Which in some respects was a vision, because that landscape did not exist. A lot of, most of our park land use maps and that mosaic of vegetation that you see today didn't exist back then. There was many locations you go back to try to replicate some of the old construction photos. They're most difficult to find unless there's some kind of a landscape feature that you can match to that location, such as the curve and intersection, a rock outcropping or such, just because most of the landscape was created by the landscape architects.